So your father was a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some folks that go, I do not want to touch the family business with a 10-foot pole. And then there are others that say, well, this could be kind of fun. So obviously you wound up deciding to do the same thing. But how? What made you make that choice as opposed to running in the other direction?
Well, I tried to run in the other direction, and I think it chose me. Basically what happened was I was I was in college, and I took a quarter off I was going to try to go to a cannery in Alaska and do that thing, You
were going to go to Deadliest Catch type thing?
Well, they don't let you Deadliest Catch right away. That's the misnomer of the show. On the show, it looks like you can just walk onto a fishing boat, and they're like, no.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I like fish.
I'm here for a job.
Yeah, I know. And then I did, something went wrong, and I didn't go to Alaska, basically. So I was sitting around Seattle in my parents' house, not doing anything, waking up hungover at noon every day.
Right.
And my dad was like, hey, you want to do a comedy class? And I was like, no. And he was like, are you sure? I can get you in for free. My buddy's teaching it, so I can get you in for free. And I'm like, man,
How old were you at this point?
20.
Okay.
It's like, I'm good. I don't want to, I don't want to do that. And then he was like, but it's, you're not. He goes, what else are you doing this weekend? I'm like, I guess fine.
I'm getting drunk.
Yeah, exactly. I got plans.
The same thing I'm doing every weekend.
I gotta wake up till noon on Saturday.
So, then I took this class, and I absolutely loved it, and I fell in love with, The nice part is I've been around comedy my whole life, so Dave Chappelle once said, comedy's a language, and I speak it very well. And it is, the understanding, just how to turn phrases, that sort of thing, and just how to be funny in all situations. And so I grew up around that, so it was something that came relatively naturally for me when I decided to do it, and it's the best. I have 2 kids right now, and I have to pick them up from school, and the thing I hate the worst is small talk. That's hey,
how's your day?
Yeah, how's your day? And then also, hey, it's warm today. Oh, it's cold today. I'm standing right next to you. I get it. So what I've started to do is I've started to get into, and I don't even believe them, but conspiracy theories, because the quickest way to end having anybody want to talk to you is to be like, hey, did you hear about 9/11? There's an incident. Hey, did you hear about what are the streams in the sky that people always talk about? The chemtrails. Yeah, chemtrails, chemtrails? And then, there's a section of the sidewalk where we pick our kids up. I get a quarter of it all to myself at this point. It's the best.
I've always been curious about this because I've asked the same thing of singers, of artists that are singers or bands or whatever. Do you ever have that moment where you've written something and you take the piece of paper and you fold it up and you're like, this is some really good ish. I'm keeping this for myself. Does that happen to you, or do you have to be willing to say, hey, this was good. This is what they're paying me for, I have to hand it over. Do you ever have, because I've talked to songwriters about that'll sit there and go, man, this is a really good song, I don't want to give it to somebody else, I want to record it myself. Does that same thing happen to you?
Well, I think that the one thing that I've learned is that hopefully whatever I produce now is as good as I can produce now, and so that, but by the process of producing it, hopefully tomorrow I'm going to be better. And I'm going to be better at producing it. So I try to go with the expendable model of here's where I'm at. This is very definitive where, and it's the process of doing it is going to teach me how to, not only, tomorrow's going to be better, sort of thing. So I've also, I mostly use plagiarism, so it's not mine in the first place. So I don't really mind.
There's a lot of that going on in the comedy community, though. People they called Amy Schumer out for stealing jokes. Carlos Mencia got hit hard with that.
Yeah, Carlos did, but and Carlos he did it. But there's a lot of parallel line stuff. There's where 2 people are thinking along the same lines. Or the other thing that happens is you get these young kids that are starting comedy and they want to put a mark on it instead of actually writing jokes and performing. They get on a blog and they go, he's doing the thing that he did, or he's doing, and so a lot of times you'll get a setup that's exactly the same because we all live in the same world. The setup right now is looking across the street and going, the doggy daycare has bars on the windows and the pot shop doesn't. Right? Mm-hmm. That's hilarious. It's
Simple
a wonderful
observation.
But then it could go 3 different ways with each one of us telling the joke. But then you'll get these kids they're talking about it, somebody stole it for somebody. It's no, it's you have to. We all live in the same world.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, except you.
I'm putting it on.
Hey, octopus. For the record, he said it this time, not me. Okay. You said you've got corporate events to be able to do.
Yeah.
Do you Is it the same? Do you treat them the same? Do you have to kind of read the room and sit back and go,
Yeah.
all right, well, these guys, I got to kind of dial back the 4-letter bombs. I got to, like, is it weird to perform there as opposed to, again, Comedy Works? I mean, it's so different.
Comedy Works is the best. Honestly, in the country, I love this club. I love this town. The audiences here are absolutely amazing. And the cool part about that is it gives you this freedom to go and explore different areas you wouldn't necessarily explore. On the corporate gig, I'm going to tone it down a little bit. That's for certain. What you always get this with corporate gigs. It's always funny where they call you up and they go, okay, the boss, his name is Jeff, and we want you to make fun of him. And I go, well, I don't really know Jeff, but I mean, if it pops up, I'll do it. And they're like, no, I got some great stuff for you to work with. He loves golf. And you go like, oh, okay. And so, yeah, so this one woman was doing that, and I was like, you know what, if I think of some things, I'll write some things, but, you know, I'm not really going to just roast your boss. See, if I just I come to his party, grab a microphone, start making fun of him, I mean, you know, that's kind of a... So, anyway, about 2 days before, this woman calls, and she's like, hey, you know how I asked you to roast the boss? Don't. I was like, what? Why? And she goes, he just got slapped with a huge sexual harassment suit.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, now I've got material.
Now I have something I can
This
run
is
with.
fantastic. Yeah, it's the only thing I want to talk about.
That is perfect. Joe Larson in studio with us. You'll find him at the Comedy Works we were just talking about. It'll be in Larimer Square. 2 shows tonight, 7:30 and 9:45. Same times again tomorrow, and tickets available right now. ComedyWorks.com. Benny and Danny and Benjamin Albright standing by, ready to take over. Joe, thanks for making some time.
Thank you so much,
We really
you guys.
appreciate it.
This was awesome.